Hey Gemini, my name is Summer. Welcome to Summertime Tarot. This is going to be a general reading for the month of January 2020. So we're going to go ahead and see what you can look forward to for January. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. All right. So you have here, well, this is from Saints and Mystics. And you have number 30, Leonardo da Vinci, inspiration. So this month you could be getting to a space of really being divinely inspired. Right. Divinely inspired. I really get like working on crafting your best self. That's what I'm getting from this Leonardo da Vinci. Like painting your life the way you see it and the way that Spirit sees it, or God, whoever you believe in, pray to. Okay? Right? Tapping into that energy and really creating it in the world, not just in your mind, but bringing it out. Right? Well, let's go ahead and get into it. See what else comes out. All right. Flying out here. So bottom of the deck we have accelerated motion. Sorry, that's the number 8. So that's the 8 of Wands. Let's see what flew out for you guys. You have spiritual union. So that's the 2 of Cups. Passion ignited. Ace of Wands. And authority. So the Emperor. Yeah. Really focusing on what you want. Calling in what you want. With this spiritual union, it's about, this could be either a relationship or just anything that resonates with your heart space, what it is you want, right? What it is that matches your vibe, your energy, right? And with this authority, I'm really getting you really focusing on that, being about that only, not worried about anything that doesn't match you, that doesn't bring to the table what you bring to the table. Yeah. Like being committed and focusing on calling in and uniting with this other half. So that could be, a project, a relationship, what have you. Right? Yeah. Pretty simple. And with this authority card, I'm getting a great deal of sternness. And then the phrase that's coming to my mind is putting the cards on the table. Right? This is what it is. This is what we're doing. Nothing else. And really being stern about that. It's like, I don't want anything less than my equal, my match. All right, let's go ahead and pull some spirit messages. Let's see what messages spirit has for you for the month. Messages. January 2020. What messages do you have for January 2020? I'm saying Gemini. Why am I saying it is Gemini? Yeah, okay. What messages do you have for Gemini? January 2020. I don't know why, but the song Love in This Club by Usher is in my head right now. Okay. Okay, y'all. That's a little nasty. Okay. But what I get from that is like being out in the open with what it is you want with the Love in the Club. Right? It's like I want something that's clear to everything and everybody. Like this is who I am, this is what I want. Not being afraid to show it. Yeah, okay. Sorry if you can hear what's going on in the background. Alright, so bottom of the deck we have a child's love. It reads, the love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the biggest part of our hearts. And with this card, I really get like tapping into your inner child, your inner creativity with this Leonardo da Vinci card, right? Because I feel like with artists, it's like they easily tap into that inner child, like that inner place, that inner happy place, so that they can actually create and bring what they have within them outward, right? So this month, really focusing on that inner child, those inner desires, right? And not being afraid to play and be happy and bring those inner desires out. Right? Then we have receive. You are a kind and loving soul who constantly reaches out and gives to others, but now it's time for you to learn how to graciously receive. Just as with the ebb and flow of the tides, the art of giving and receiving is the natural law and order of the universe. Yeah. Then you got inspire passion. Life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now it's time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will, in turn, reconnect you with all that is sacred. Yeah, that goes very well with the passion ignited, right? So really focusing on that passion, that driving passion. What is it that you want, right? And really being bossed up about it. Not playing games. This is what I want, and tapping into it and bringing it out into the material world, right? Then you have gratitude. Life is one big continuous circle of giving and receiving energy. Be thankful for who and what's in your life instead of complaining about what you don't have. If you focus on gratitude, you'll start to attract prosperity and abundance. Okay. Yeah, so really if you're a person that doesn't have what you want, that doesn't have that relationship, that project that brings you joy, that brings you happiness, like really focusing on it this month. Like seeing it in your mind's eye. What is it that you want? Focusing on it, calling it in, and not being afraid to do the work to get it and to building it with this Leonardo da Vinci, right? It takes time to craft that masterpiece. It doesn't just like poof, right? It took him like a while to get those things to look the beautiful way that they look. And it's really about like focusing on it and not being afraid to really cultivate that and do the necessary work to get what it is that you want. Then we have serenity. The most important relationship you can have is with yourself. This is a time to honor, nurture, and love yourself more by seeking out and removing any negative feelings and emotions that are left over from yesterday. Don't let past issues and resentments interfere with your serenity today. Yeah. So if this is not about a relationship, it could just actually be about you really connecting and tapping into that part within you, right? That happy place, that loving place. And really, you know, this being your two halves, your divine feminine half and your divine masculine half, really connecting these two and being within your feminine self and your masculine self all in one, right? Calling in and manifesting these things that it is that you want. And in order for that to happen, you have to be in a serene place within yourself. That very much, what is it, child's energy, right? That was on the bottom of the deck. That's where that starts. Okay, let's go ahead and pull some words of wisdom from the Wild Offering deck. Oh, wow. The Emperor just fell on the ground. It's about foundations, yeah. Building that foundation for what it is you want. So bottom of the deck, we have independence. The more you learn to feed yourself on the inside and care for the inner child, yeah, the more freestanding you become. Help me feed and love this inner child. Yeah. So if you are like desiring this kind of union with someone else, it's really about cultivating that within yourself first. And then once you have that, you can actually, you know, bring in that other person, but it has to start with you first. You can't just, you know, expect another person to come in and complete you. You have to complete yourself first, right? But let's see what cards came out for you. So you have challenges. Unbearable situations throw you directly into the arms of God. If you are open, please take over divine and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Right, so you could be experiencing challenges when it comes to creating what it is you want. Right, I'm sorry for laughing, but the image that's coming to my mind is like you're painting this picture, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is not what I saw in my mind. It's not coming out right. This is not it. But it's like with this, it's really about that ugly phase, right? You could be in an ugly phase, and like as all artists know, sometimes it's a process getting your masterpiece to actually look like a masterpiece, right? It doesn't just happen. And sometimes you go through that ugly phase where the picture just is not pretty and you're like, oh my gosh. But it's about really continuing to work even when it's not showing up the way that you expected it to, right? So really with this challenges card, it's really about like stepping back is really what I'm getting, like, because this painting thing is coming back, right? Stepping back from the picture and really seeing the big picture, right? Not getting too finely focused on the details, but stepping back and really being able to see clearly. And then once you get that clear view, you can actually come back in and really redirect things in the way that you see fit, right? But you can't get so caught up in the little details when you're first creating things, right? That's the last part of the painting, right? Now you're at the process of really laying out that outline and coloring. And then once things start to, come together the way you want them to, then you focus on the details. But don't focus on the details right now. So then you have relationship. I call in the infinite power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. Yeah. So what I'm getting with this is like with that Emperor, you could be like trying to, if this is about a relationship, you could be trying to really control it and make it what it is you want. But it's really about, stepping back and letting things play out the way they're supposed to, right? Giving it to the divine. If it's supposed to work out, you guys will come together and really make things work the way they're supposed to. But that can't happen if you're constantly trying to control things, right? A relationship is two parties. You guys have to be on the same page. You have to, have the same desires, right? And as long as you have the same desires, the same, when it comes to where it is you see things going forward, don't try and control everything. Let things play out, come together and work together, right? It's a team effort. Don't try to be the coach. Y'all together on this, okay? Then we have self-sufficiency. The ultimate self-sufficiency is relying on God. It doesn't mean hiding in a cave and saying, I don't need people. Instead, it's saying, God is my source, and I am willing to receive all the help, love, and support that wants to come. Okay? Yeah. That's really making me think about the Emperor as well. Sorry, he's on the ground. I can't pick him up right now. But, if this, be it about a relationship, about a project, it's like, don't get to a place where you're trying to do everything all on your own, right? Sometimes you need inspiration. You need divine inspiration. You see the light in the background? That's the divine, right? He's not doing it alone. He's just the channel for this energy to come into, right? So that he can create it, but he's really getting it from elsewhere. Right? So it's about really opening yourself up to being guided by and inspired by the divine. Not really closing yourself off, right? Because if you close yourself off, you can't really make it into that masterpiece. It'll be good, maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But it'll be way better if you really open yourself up to receiving from others, from the divine. Right? And then we have love. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. Yeah. Right? Like what I was saying with this Two of Cups. Like really finding that within yourself first before you try and bring another in to match your vibe. You have to match your vibe first, right? You have to have this within you in order to give it to another person. And if you don't, what you gonna get them? You just expect them to come with the full cup and you got an empty one? That's not fair. Okay? That's not fair. Let's be fair here. Okay? So really focusing on cultivating this love within yourself. And that's to do with, be it, a love relationship or just a project or any kind of partnership, Alright. Then I'm going to pull from the Keepers of the Light Oracle to see what energy you can tap into this moment to make it free flowing. Okay, let's see. Ooh, okay. Alright, so we have Bridget. Is that how you pronounce her name? I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Inner strength. Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. Yeah. Like what I was saying with this two of cups. And look, it even matches the color. Right, they're both green. Really focusing on, because this is green, like your heart chakra, opening up, right, your heart chakra, so that you can have the things that you want. But this is not in like a needy way, right? Because as it says, you have the strength, right? You have the power. And it's really about cultivating that power this month, right? Focusing on growing what it is you want from within you to begin with. And then once you do that, you can bring it into the outer world. Right? Because with this fire, it's like she built this fire, but she kind of grew it from within herself. Right? And now that she grew this fire, she can give it to others, or she can just hold it for herself, you know. But she has the power, she has the say so. But if you're like, you know, constantly searching for someone to, you know, light your fire, it's not gonna be that great. It's really about this month, you know, focusing on building your own fire. And then the word that's coming to my mind is empire. So you could be, you know, with the emperor, you could be, you know, business minded this month. But really building that from within first. Okay. Now, I'm going to pull some cards of advice for you. Let's see. Now the song, You Are My Fire, is in my head. That's funny. So for your advice, you have Four of Earth, Ace of Water, and then Ten of Air in the reverse. On the bottom of the deck, you have the Fool. With this, I'm really getting like a start from scratch energy. Like with this Ten of Air here, you could be in a space where you're like kind of focused on all that could go wrong, all that isn't working out. And this advice here is like to redirect your energy. Right? Because with that, with the Fool at the bottom of the deck, it's like you want to move towards something. You have something that you desire. Right? And it's all about really going after it, not being afraid to move in that direction. Right? But with this Ten of Air, you could just be focusing on the wrong thing. Right? With this Two of Cups, right? Because you could be focusing on trying to have what you want on the outside. But with this advice, it's like cultivating it on the inside. Right? Because what you want, you can have, but it's like you're focusing your energy, your mind in the wrong direction. And with this Four of Earth, it's like start where you are. So if it's like you don't have what you want, start with where you are. Start within. Use what you have to get what you want. Right? You have to start somewhere. It doesn't just like happening. Like I was saying, it doesn't just appear out of thin air. It starts somewhere. It's like you have to cultivate it. But if you're holding on to the wrong image of it, the wrong idea of it, it's never going to manifest. It's just going to be something that's kind of like blowing in the wind. So really this month, set your intention on what you want, but really start where you are. Don't focus on like the outward world or finding this thing that you desire outside of you. Focus on the inside first and really hold it within yourself, right? Because this is making me think about Bridget again. She doesn't go to other people and be like, hey, light this fire for me. No, she made this fire herself, right? Yeah. So don't be afraid to start where you are. And don't get into a mindset where like you're not enough or you don't have enough or you have to like really like hoard what you have. Use what you have. Yeah, I'm really getting like what you want is out there. Right? But it's out there because it's within you. You're just looking for your match. So work on you first. And then your match will show up. Be that a lover, a friend. I don't know. I don't know what you want. But it's out there. But you won't find it if you're constantly outside of yourself looking for it. You got to start here first. All right. So I'm going to pull a card from the Isis Oracle for a final message. And then I'm going to close this off with some crystals. Okay? Now, so for your final message you have here, past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. Alright, so I'm going to read from the book for this one. Let's see what the message is. Okay, when the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities. You are guided by the oracle of past life, present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. Okay, it says talents, abilities, and powers wish to be restored to you now from past incarnations. This will help your path. You will often be able to recognize this because you will feel some instant fascination or deep interest for a culture, philosophy, heritage, or even place on earth or beyond, which is deeply compelling. This is your intuitive recognition that a part of your soul connected with this passionate interest is being drawn into integration. At such times, there can be emotions, feelings, and even phobias or fears that temporarily arise. You may even find your taste for food and clothing and your sleep or other habits change quickly and noticeably for a time. These can all be signs that a past life energy is being integrated. Once it is digested into your current incarnation, you will feel more like yourself again, but in an expanded and more whole way. You will just feel like you are more of yourself, more stable, more full, and more at home in your own being. It is a lovely state of being to enjoy, which makes any ups and downs in the integration process more bearable. This oracle brings specific guidance that some of these past gifts from other incarnations are associated with ancient Egypt and civilizations connected with ancient Egypt, earthly and beyond, including some star civilizations such as Sirius and the Pleiades. Look for the symbols, books, crystals, or colors that interest you and pay attention to your dreams. If it is helpful to be conscious of any issues around the past life skills returning to you now, you will become aware of them so that they can be acknowledged, accepted, and released. Often when integration is occurring, people who have been connected to you in such lifetimes become a more prominent part of your life. It is possible that they will remain thus or that the integration happens and you continue to grow or that as the integration happens, you will continue to grow. Some of those relationships will fall away as you have completed the karmic healing and integration of the energies associated with that past life, distilled the golden gift, and are ready to move on. This may take weeks, months, or in some cases years. The ritual below will, however, facilitate the process with some more efficiency, but you must trust in your timing for such matters, as your own soul is guiding the process and knows exactly what it is doing. To enable this soul awakening to occur, purification and time to assimilate the healing is recommended. You can accomplish this through rest, time in nature, prayer that your power is exercised with love and mercy, and a willingness to be guided by the Divine Mother Lady Isis, who loves you unconditionally. Okay. Also, that as wonderful as it sounds to achieve past life power and ability, it is not always without a challenge. We often need to be willing to be fluid in our understanding and experience of ourselves. We need to be open to reframing our idea of ourselves as more spiritually connected, more powerful, and more responsible for our light on this earth. That can be confronting at times. We often have to let go of any fear or disappointment we suffered in the relevant past life before the gift can be restored to us in a useful way this lifetime. You can rest assured that anything you need to know in order to heal will come to your awareness. You may or may not see the whole picture, and if you do not, then it isn't necessary for healing. We are always given more than enough to be able to heal. It is just a matter of being attentive and aware of what is happening right before us in our lives and realizing that if we follow any pain, we will find what needs healing. Then the gift hidden within the pain can be released. The oracle of past life present power indicates that the gift found in our healing will be past life talents and abilities. As with all spiritual instruction contained in this oracle as a whole, the Lady Isis will watch over you and assist you with the process once you ask her in unconditional love. Okay. Yeah. So, when I was reading that, I don't know why I smacked like that, sorry. But it could be possible that some of you may be going through some kind of like healing, dealing with past relationships and really letting them go so that you can actually call in something that is more, your speed, more attuned to you. And so this time, I would really say really focusing on, what it is you want, letting go of the things that no longer serve you, and realizing that this process of, letting the past go, any past occurrences or people that are no longer, present in your life, is actually here to better you, right? And to help you to cultivate this inner strength and power. Okay, and then let's go see what crystals come out for you. Alright. That is too many. Excuse me, got a hiccup. Alright, so bottom of the deck we have blue lace agate, communication, throat chakra. Alright. Alright, and then the crystals that came out for you, Unikite, live in the present, heart chakra. I don't know how to pronounce this. Lepidolite, trust, third eye, and crown chakras. And then moonstone, moon cycles, crown chakra. Okay, but that's all I have for you, Gemini. I forgot who I was talking to, sorry. that's all I have for you. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped you in some way. Please like, share, subscribe, comment if you feel so inclined. Thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you, and I hope to see you soon.